Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Breakdown Newspaper Review, reaching you live from our studio, audio-visual studio, 32FM 94.9. We are located on the 4th floor, Cocoa House, Dugbe in Ibadan. I am Olutayo Ogunade. Good morning once again to you.
All right, good morning, dear listener. I am Chike Obogu. This morning I have the Punch newspaper, the Nation newspaper, and the Daily Post this morning. All right, let's start off with the Punch newspaper, with the headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning. Bold headline, front page of the Punch newspaper. APC governors propose February 26. Musa Al-Makura lead in party chairs race. With the riders, February still realistic. Caretaker panel will announce exact date, says forum. Party looking towards defunct CPC members to occupy chairmanship seat. More headlines from the Punch newspaper. Odili's house invaders had wrong address on search warrants by magistrate. That's coming from a police officer. Chinese company dominates Nigeria's 10.5 trillion naira railway project, says Fitch report. More headlines here. PDP governors lampoon Buhari on economy. Others ask National Assembly to override precedent on Electoral Act bill. And we have here, prison attackers mustn't leave to tell story. Aregbeshola tells NCOS officials. National Assembly under fire as budget uncovers 378.9 billion naira duplicated projects. More headlines from the Punch newspaper here. National Assembly worker falls, dies. Colleagues suspect cardiac arrest. Oyo panel combs settlements as Lassa fever spreads, kills residents. More here. Hoodlums in army uniform kidnap 7 wedding guests in Ogun. Demand 60 million naira ransom. A 600 women group converge in Abuja for Bello's presidential bid. These are some headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning.
Let's move to Daily Trust newspaper. COVID-19. 3 Nigerian billionaires got additional $6.9 billion within 2 years. That's according to a report. How prepared are Nigerians for the 2023 elections? How prepared are Nigerians for the 2023 elections? 2023, no better APC presidential aspirant than Tinubu in the South. Shetima to Buhari. It's payback time for Tinubu. How APC DG Lukman stepped on toes. Fresh dust over electoral bill as National Assembly resumes today. Some more from Daily Trust newspaper. Before we go to another one, terrorists slammed 24 million levies on 9 Zamfara communities. Matawale, why Zamfara banditry won't end soon. And gunmen storm burial ceremony in Anambra chase guests, burn down Menace residents.
All right, from the Nation newspaper quickly, we have this one. APC committee to release convention guidelines today. More here, we lost 58 people, not 200 to bandits. That's coming from the governor of Zamfara State. Inflation rate rises from 15.4% to 15.63% as Kanu faces 8 new terror charges as trial resumes. More headlines here from the Nation newspaper. Wike's presidential posters flood Abuja as 10 billion naira for Igbo presidential project. Those are some headlines from the Nation newspaper this morning.
And from Premium Times, Electoral Bill, Constitution Amendment, Insecurity top agenda as reps reconvene today. Electoral Bill override Buhari's veto. BDP governors tell National Assembly. In 2021, Nigeria lost 3,604 lives to cholera. Nigeria's annual inflation rate up after 8-month decline. Payers face attacks. Terrorists right 9 Zamfara communities. More from Premium Times, how I aborted search on Mary Odili's home. Prosecution witness tells court, sit at home, gunmen attack an Ogun community. Why it's hard to end banditry in Zamfara state. Governor Matawale Bajabiamila seeks increase in minimum educational qualifications for presidency, other elective positions in Nigeria.
All right, from the Daily Post, Biafra Showore fumes as federal government files terrorism charges against Nnamdi Kanu. Lewandowski wins FIFA Men's Footballer of the Year. Nigeria is now world's poverty capital. That's coming from the PDP governors. And ahead of 2023, why Nigerian women must unite. That's coming from Aisha Buhari. And lastly, from the Daily Post this morning. Okay, we have here Electoral Act consider overriding Buhari's veto now. That's the PDP. And lastly, 2023, Oji Kalu comments as Abia APC splits. These are headlines from the Daily Post this morning.
All right, one headline from The Guardian: hard choices for monetary authority as inflation rises. We go to the detail of the headlines now. The holiday, they had worked on and passed some resolutions and important bills, including the controversial Electoral Act Amendment Bill. We have this one from Premium Times: Electoral Bill, Constitution Amendment, Insecurity, top agenda as reps reconvene today.
All right, National Convention. APC governors propose February 26th as Al-Makura Musa lead in party chair's race. Former Governor Tanko Al-Makura of Nasarawa State and the lawmaker representing Niger East, Senator Sani Musa, are favored by the leadership of the All Progressives Congress to emerge as the national chairman of the APC. That's the Punch has learned. A top source in the party said while Al-Makura was being favored by most of the governors, some strong forces in the presidency and the Senate were backing Musa. These came to the fore on Monday as the APC governors at their meeting in Abuja on Sunday agreed to hold the party's national convention on February 26th and 27th, 2021. Headline: National Convention, APC governors propose February 26th. Al-Makura, Musa lead in party chair's race.
Okay, with 716 days to the 2023 general elections, how prepared are Nigerians, especially beyond social media rants? How many people actually have their voter card? It's a poster there from Premium Times. How prepared are Nigerians for the 2023 elections?
All right, let's look at this from Ibadan here. Insecurity. UI Students Union apologizes to Makinde over harsh complaints. The University of Ibadan Students Union has apologized for the strong tone with which the Oyo State Governor was addressed in a recently circulated open letter. The union had written to the governor 4 days ago to draw his attention to the recent spate of robberies and criminalities in off-campus communities largely inhabited by students of the University of Ibadan. Headline there: Insecurity. UI Student Union apologizes to Makinde over harsh complaints.
All right, still from Premium Times: payers of face attacks. Terrorists right 9 Zamfara communities. Bandits operating in Ganda Forest in Bukium local government area of Zamfara State have written to 9 communities asking them to pay their levies or face deadly attacks. This is coming a few weeks after bandits massacred over 200 people in Bukium and Anka local government areas. It's a long one from Premium Times. Payers or face attacks. Terrorists right 9 Zamfara communities.
All right, let's look at this before we're joined by Austin Idumo this morning. And it says, hoodlums in army uniform kidnap 7 wedding guests in Ogun, demand 60 million naira ransom. Armed hoodlums dressed in army uniform have abducted 7 wedding guests at the Ishara, Ogun State end of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Punch Metro gathered that the victims attended a wedding in Ibadan, Oyo State on Saturday and were returning to their base in Lagos State on Sunday when one of the vehicles conveying them to the destinations broke down on the road. One of the victims, Folahon Akinshola, who spoke to Punch newspaper on Monday, said they were attempting to tow the faulty vehicle when the kidnappers struck. Headline: hoodlums in army uniform kidnap 7 wedding guests in Ogun, demand 60 million naira ransom.
And from The Guardian: after 8 months of decline, Nigeria's headline inflation rate rose to 15.63% in December 2021 from 15.50% recorded in November. This was disclosed yesterday by the Statistician General of the Federation, Simon Harry, during a press briefing at the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) in Abuja. It's a long one also from The Guardian: hard choices for monetary authority as inflation rises. Austin Adumo joins us on the program. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Tayo.
Good morning, Austin.
Take a good morning. Thank you.
All right, let's look at this story from the Daily Post. Anxiety as Nnamdi Kanu resumes trial, faces new terrorism charges. There's anxiety as the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, resumed at the Federal High Court seat in Abuja. Kanu is facing a 7-count charge before the Justice Binta Nyako-led Federal High Court. The government yesterday added other counts bordering on terrorism against him. Kanu had pleaded not guilty to the first set of charges and opted to challenge the validity of the alleged crime. Headline: Anxiety as Nnamdi Kanu resumes trial, faces new terrorism charges.
Yes, the latest action by the federal government through the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation suggests that it is just a dilatory tactics for the government to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is perpetually kept in incarceration. Because if you look at it, on the eve of a resumed trial, you understand, some charges that borders on terrorism have been leveled against him before. His is just to resume trial today, answer some of these allegations, then the court will further hear his own fundamental human rights suit against the government. Now the federal government is coming on board, so like the resume hearing today, what could be argued most of the time and almost throughout will be that whether the terrorism, the new charges should be incorporated into the old one and what have you. See, if the federal government does not want a political solution to the whole crisis, like the president have earlier hinted, let him substantially face trial. This idea of bringing him to court, amending charges, failure to produce him in court is heightening tension in the land. You need to get to the southeastern part of the country and look at what it is, especially this particular week, because there's going to be a 3-day back-to-back trial of Nnamdi Kanu. Almost the whole east, especially places like Anambra, Imo, is almost shut down for this particular week because people are not relenting, despite the fact that even IPOB came on board to say that no, we are not going ahead with a shutdown. Of course, Nnamdi Kanu at some point also spoke that no, let there be civility in the quest for any agitation. The people are not relenting, to the extent that an elder statesman, a respected elder statesman who brokered peace, who met with Mr. President, who was also allowed to meet with Nnamdi Kanu to hear his own side of the story, is coming out to say that, this was not the original intention. Let's give peace a chance so that this case will be resolved once and for all. So the point I'm making is that if the federal government wants to toe the line of political solution, let them do it as a matter of urgency. And if they want him to continue to face trial, let them be fair in the trial and let him face trial, as in put him on trial and let due process, every other procedure be followed. This amended charges, counter amended charges, it looks like frivolity, that you are just bringing up trump up charges against him to ensure that he is kept perpetually. I think the federal government had to look at that very critically. Who does that just on the eve of a retrial? You know, it was in December that the case was adjourned till 18th of January, 1890 and 20.
Do you see any implication on these new charges, the implication on the economic activities in the eastern region?
Of course, that is what I've just said. Even Chief Amechi has come out to say that no, let's allow peace to reign, because like I told you, it's already having its toll on businesses in the southeast.
And the elders' visitation to Mr. President the other time.
Of course, it was Amechi that led that particular visitation. I'm not talking about Rotimi Amechi, Chief Mbazulike Amechi, elder statesman from the southeast. Of course, when he talked about his own account, he said the broker peace, he met with Mr. President, they were able to get some assurances. The presidency also arranged that he met with Nnamdi Kanu in DSS facility, that the talk process is still ongoing, the conversation is still ongoing. As I speak to you now, there's almost like a week shutdown, lockdown in the eastern part of the country, which is not supposed to be so. This will affect businesses and means of livelihood. The worst part of it is that not as if people are willingly complying, they are complying for the fear of their life, because when they go out, most of the time they are being attacked. So the government will have to look at it very critically, secure the life of the people, do the needful, put him on trial. Even if it is terrorism charges, it is not the presidency that will give verdict, it is the court of law, and the case is already before a court of competent jurisdiction. So let the trial continue. Let us do away with this amended charges and what have you. The amended charges is just like a delay tactics, just to ensure that at the end of the day, once the judge say okay, perhaps it could be granted bail on some, you say some are still pending. That is not how to prosecute a case.
So you are rooting for political solution to this?
Of course, it is not even my opinion. It is the federal government through the Attorney General of the Federation who mooted a political solution at that particular point in time. And some people said that it was just an attempt by the federal government to play to the gallery to ensure that the Anambra election takes place. This is where we are today in Nigeria. When we talk about political solution, not as if it has never happened before. It has happened, or even on corruption cases. Because the law empowers the Attorney General of the Federation to discontinue a case on behalf of the federal government.
We have to go on a break now. Let's go on a break, and when we come back, the Breaker Done newspaper review continues. Don't go away.
32 FM 94.9.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Here is the list of excuses that will no longer be accepted.
I beg, give me your hotspot. I want my data, but this one too much.
Please, could you put your Wi-Fi on? I'm out of data and the recharge card seller has closed.
Oh, I would have recharged though, but I can't find my wallet.
Please, I've got cramps and I can't get up. Can you share your hotspots?
Oh no! Don't know where my internet token is and I need to quickly buy data. Please, could you share your hotspot till I find it?
Hey, Jumbo, I for buy data, but that recharge card seller no dey ever get change. How good one?
Now there's really no excuse to ever be out of data with Glow Borrow Me Data. Dial *321# to borrow data now and pay later.
I beg, I fit share your hotspot. This rain bad. Make thunder no go fireman.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Every kid is amazing at something.
Give them amazing day.
Amazing day, instant cereal.
Give them amazing day.
Same calcium as a glass of milk.
For healthy bones and teeth.
Excellent source of protein.
For daily growth and strength.
Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
Ọjọ́ ìdùnnú nílé ìwé máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ àti mílíkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 tó ní àlékún DHA èyí tó ń ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún ìdàgbàsókè ọpọlọ tó jí pépé.
Dàgbà kó lágbára kó sì jáfáfá pẹ̀lú mílíkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 lójoojúmọ́.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back from the commercial break. 32 FM 94.9. Austin Adumo is right here with us in the studio. Austin, let's go to the spate of insecurity in Nigeria. You must have seen the video, trending now of some guys that were abducted at Ishara, all right, on their way to Lagos. There are worries and concerns about how road trips now are so unsafe for Nigerians, particularly. We are beginning also to witness that around the southwest there.
Yes, it's largely unsafe. The truth of the matter is that when you travel by road now, you'll be panting until you get to your destination. These guys, from what we learned, are lodged in a hotel not too far from here, and it was fortunate that this fate had to befall them. And most disturbing too are men in military uniform. We have had these times without number. Of course, the Nigerian military has come out recently that politicians should not put on their fatigue. But we still have a situation where there is still indiscriminate usage of the military fatigue. So what is the military doing as far as that is concerned? For some set of people, if you see a man wearing a military uniform, you have a sigh of relief. Of course, your mind will be at rest that perhaps you have security operative who probably may be at your rescue or for protection. But we have a situation where these men in uniform also perpetrate this criminal activity. So let the government do more by ensuring, one, that our roads become safer. Then secondly, we get to the root of how unauthorized persons in the country get access to military uniform. Is there no different? Does it mean that you just get to the market, do a cut and sew, and you put on a military fatigue and what have you? So we have to look at that. Don't forget the other time, someone suffer an attack, and a military someone putting on military attire was also spotted, until later the police confirmed, when the arrest was done, that that fellow was actually a military officer. So we can't clearly say that they are just hoodlum who put on military fatigue, because we have also seen a situation where even robbery is carried out, and a fellow who is putting on a military uniform was spotted, and at the end of the day it was confirmed that this person is actually of the Nigerian military. So how do we save the situation here? Because when travelers are on the road, you see someone in military uniform. Look at a fellow that was kidnapped on a farm in Ibadan here sometimes ago at Akiyele area. The same story. Some group of people in military uniform, in security uniform, they came, they invaded the place. Only the story we had to hear later is that he has been kidnapped and ransom is being demanded. So the government had to look at this issue very critically. If this can happen on Lagos Ibadan Expressway, the busiest road in the country, so what of other remote roads across the country? So now, the government will have to look at this to save this situation.
Does it not support the fact, that the centrally controlled police has failed to live up to its responsibility?
Of course, the Nigerian police has failed security entirely. That's the truth of the matter. Because you can't have a unitary command system for security in Nigeria, a country that is the size of Nigeria, and you expect things to work smoothly. Unfortunately, the federal government has discarded the idea of state policing. The pedestrian argument is that a lot of politicians at state level will use it against their opponent. But the question to also ask is that even the federal security structure we have today, are there no instances and cases where they are also being used against political enemy in the country today? So the argument is neither here nor there. I believe so much that we should trust run the process. A situation where a governor, for example, is the chief security officer of the state, and he can control the security architecture at his disposal, that call for concern. So the government will have to look at it again. Of course, the president has said no to state policing, but let's see how it goes in the days ahead. But the truth of the matter is that the situation is no longer sustainable, and the excuse is also no longer tenable. We need to have a police that is closer to the people, a policing system or a security system that is closer to the environment, who could monitor the environment properly, so that at the end of the day, we don't have to wait for order from above, especially from Abuja.
All right, let's look at this headline. 2023, time to review educational requirements for political office aspirants. That's coming from Gbajabiamila. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, on Monday said it has become necessary to review Section 131D of the 1999 Constitution in a bid to increase the minimum educational qualification for Nigerians aspiring for different political offices. In a post on his verified Facebook page, the Speaker of the lower chamber said the educational requirement contained in the 1999 Constitution is no longer fit with the current realities in the country. It went on and on and on, and he says a review of the SSC should be done for anybody vying for the post of president.
Yes, I think a review is long overdue. That's the truth of the matter, because that section of the law, section 31, subsection D, states that a person shall be qualified for election to the office of the president if he has been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. The fallout of the 2019 presidential appeal suggests that you don't even need to attend and pass very well, what you need to do is evidence of attendance, something that look like certificate of participation, which is not too good enough, especially for the office of the president. But Amila is saying that if you amend the minimum requirement, especially for the office of the president and that of lawmakers, that will promote the quality of legislation at whatever level, and that will also kickstart the reform of the electoral process. What if in a situation you have a president that what you think should be like a reform for the country is not in tandem with his own philosophy or idea? Whether we like it or not, of course the level of education also matters. We can't continue to shy away from the fact we came up with the not too young to run bill. We have already had entry requirement, which is 18 years. What I want us to look at now is academic qualification. I think it does not make us proud as a country when we continue to have a president that will have school sat, ordinary school sat. Where will school sat take you? First degree in Nigeria today is becoming worthless. Chike, you understand the point? First degree in Nigeria today. When you have first degree in Nigeria today, companies or organizations will still ask you for additional qualification. Now we are now talking about president of the country who will show just a mere certificate of attendance. Whether you come up with F9 parallel, nobody cares.
Do you think the reform is feasible?
Of course, I believe this reform is possible if the National Assembly want to toe the line. Of course, at the level of the National Assembly, we may be having the caliber of people that are well educated. Of course, we have had professors in the National Assembly. You understand? We have people that are doctoral degree holder in the National Assembly. But on that aspect of the office of the president, because quality of education can also inform quality of decision and quality of reform.
This was actually done to favor the educationally less developed region of the country.
I think it is high time we tinker with this. Even as less developed educationally we think some people are, we still have some people who are eminently qualified by academic and education in that area. That's the truth.
You know, sometimes you wonder how will a PhD holder sit down with a school start holder in the chamber and then they argue what?
That is the issue. So the narrative must change. Let the national, apart from Gbajabi Amila just coming out to say this at a ceremony in Unilag, let him also push through. The ball is in his court. Is a vice chairman of the National Assembly as the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Please, could someone tell Gbajabi Amila to, fix something on, do something on the electoral bill that is before them now? At least they are back.
They are back. The Speaker did not dwell on that aspect. Probably because he was at a university for a program. He dwelled on academic qualification, especially that of Mr. President and lawmaker. And I align myself completely with him. It now depends and is left for political will for the National Assembly to be able to push this through. And let it not just be like a witch hunt. We can't have a country where we have multiple of professors and we are having school sats. People can't even defend their results.
All right, Austin, let's go on a break now. And when we come back, the Break of Dawn newspaper review continues. Don't go away.
FM
94.9.
People they always make me laugh when they talk say 2K not be money. So you never hear of Fidelity get alert the Melons promo season 5 when it be say we just chicken 2K. You fit to win plenty millions. All you need now to open any type of savings account with Fidelity Bank. Collect your ATM join or use account where you don't get before they save at least 2K inside. And the more you save, the higher your chance to win. Then lucky customers go fit to win 1 million naira each every month. They still get 5 million naira for one lucky customer and 2 million naira for another lucky customer. Plus 50 lucky customers go they chop 10 10,000 naira one by each every week. Make a compost your head finally. If you fit see for 2K constantly make it plenty, you fit carry 10 million naira go house. If you like, no rush, go open your Fidelity account and activate your debit card.
We're Fidelity. We keep our word.
I'm living the life because I get this
Hey, kọ́ńbù ẹ̀kú àlejò emúgbòǹgbò ọ̀nà ẹ̀kú àlejò ẹsẹ̀ Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ẹ̀kú àmójúbà Tizeti Network Limited pẹ̀lú Tizeti ìlò omi òjò lẹ́ẹ̀ máa lo ayélujára internet ní yàwàlù torí pé gbajúgbajà ní iléeṣẹ́ Tizeti Network Limited nídìí ìpèsè ayélujára lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá àti olókoòwò kéékèèké lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti ẹ lè browse kẹ́ stream kẹ́ sì tún gbá géèmù bó ṣe wù yín láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìlànà ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́mùkú data ká má wàá làágùn jìnnà àjẹpọ́nu láìfà ń lọ lọ́wọ́ fún gbogbo olùgbé Ìbàdàn 2,222 naira péré lẹ́sàn dípò 59,500 naira tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ san fún installation kẹ́ ẹ sì gbádùn internet nínú ilé yín fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko kèé máa ṣeré ìwọ ni kó o má sọ̀fànù ẹ kàn sí wifi.com.ng/oyo ẹ sì lè pe 09087493040 tàbí kẹ́ ẹ tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí internet@wifi.com.ng 22/02/2022 nìfàyí máa wá sópin o ayélujára ní yàwàlù Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà.
Tí pọ́ǹpì onílẹ̀ tá a ti ń retí ti pẹ́ ń bàdàn. Ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ wá dé báyìí, ẹ júwe ọ́fíìsì yín fún wa. Níbo ni ilẹ̀ yín wà? Ẹ wo ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn tó fẹ́ ra lẹ̀. Tí pọ́ǹpì là ń dúró dè kó dé o.
Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ madam. Tí pọ́ǹpì àti bí akóredé. Àwa nìkan là ń talẹ̀ fún tọmọdé tàgbà. Ọ́fíìsì wa wà nọ́mbà 12 Ọládòkun street by A+ guest house. Ààrẹ avenue New Bódìjà Ìbàdàn. Ilẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ kéékèèké land for kiddies. Sítòsí ìlàjì hotel and resort lọ́nà àkànná ló wà. 199,000 naira péré ni plọ̀tì ilẹ̀ kan. Sẹ́yìn náà rí púpọ̀ jówó ẹ̀ lọ. Plọ̀tì ilẹ̀ kan tí pọ́ǹpì ní mọ́níyà. Nítòsí train station. Àtẹ̀lé tó wà lágùnbà Ìwó road Ìbàdàn. Tó ti ní sí of O 620,000 naira ní. Àǹfààní san díẹ̀ tó wà o. Ojú ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́ o tún máa gba location ẹlẹ́ yín. Láti January 18 títí wọ February 28 ọdún yìí. La fẹ́ fi ju ẹ̀dínwó lórí ilẹ̀ yìí síta o. Ẹ pe tẹlifóònù nọ́mbà yìí 09152222205.
Tí pọ́ǹpì tẹ́ ń retí ti dé. Àní Ìbàdàn àti dé.
Tí pọ́ǹpì concept developer that cares.
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day instant cereal. Give them amazing day. Same calcium as a glass of milk. For healthy bones and teeth. Excellent source of protein. For daily growth and strength. Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
32 FM
94.9.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Break of Dawn newspaper review on 32 FM 949 Ibadan. The phone lines are open 0705 5000 949 and 0809 7000 949. And for our international listener, you can call +234 906 2000 949 +234 906 2000 949. Those are the numbers to call to join the conversation. Which one of these stories resonates with you this morning? Okay, Austin, you want to take one?
Well, just looking at this particular one here. Former governor of Borno State, Shetima, has said 2023 is payback time for national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC.
Good morning.
Bola Tinubu. Good morning to you, John and Joko.
Hello, good morning.
I'm John Njoko. Thank you, Austin. The implications of the new charges is continuous tension in the southeastern region. Malami arrogates to himself this personal approach to governance. These back charges is an oppression, and every court has an inherent jurisdiction to prevent the abuse of its process in the court, and in a criminal matter, a court has the duty to protect the accused from being oppressed. Hence, I gather in turn Justice Bit and Yanko to be fair and godly and prevent abuse of court processes. New charges in Plakane, we have to take a plea and you have to start afresh again. It's a delay tactic and act of disunity. I am John Njoku. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. 0705 5000 949 0809 700949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name, please?
It's Anthony from Ibadan.
Anthony, right. Okay, go on.
Shetima, whatever he's saying, telling the president that this is the time to pay back to Nimbo. Does it mean that it is the president that will determine whether Tinubu will be president after him or not, or the people? Is it not the masses that will determine whether Tinubu will be a president or not? Why is it? What is this politician turn this country to? They believe in the way they manipulate. They believe that the vote of the masses does not count.
All right, your point is made. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, make it
Hello,
brief.
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Nelson. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning. This is John calling from Ibadan.
All right.
Now, Shetima, everybody is entitled in his own opinion. That is the opinion of Shetima. That's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is this. Whatever thing that they are doing with Kano, they have to be sure of what they are doing. But what I know is whatever, anything can still happen. Whatever thing, anyhow they like, let them follow it. What will happen at the end will happen. Whether they release him or they do not release him, what will happen will happen.
Okay, I wonder what will happen.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, Chike.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Tayo. Austin, good morning. This is okay.
Right.
On insecurity, you know, there was a time we talked about the governors. We say they are chief security officers, and some people called and said that they were using the security votes for irrelevant things. Like Austin, what you rightfully said, as long as the police keep getting directive from Abuja, should I say these ones are helpless? So we need to sit up now. Maybe we ourselves will now look for help personally and forget about the government helping us out. Good morning.
Thank you, okay. 009-7000-949, 0705-5000-949. Self-help. Okay. Muted there, Elson Adumu.
Yes, I think self-help is not the best way. That also suggests that the government has failed. That's the truth. Apart from the fact that jungle justice is not good, we have a lot of groups, especially the northern part of the country, who are now involved in self-help. Community coming together to buy arms and ammunition for their people to defend themselves.
All right, 0705 500949 0809 700949. For the international caller, you can call on +23490 62000
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Is that assistant, sir?
Yes. What's your name, please?
Concerning security, like in the southwest, we have Amateku. And they are saying that they are waiting for federal government to approve hands for them, for Amateku. The election is coming now. These same governors will have gone that they will give to their talks. Where do they get guns for their talks? Why are they not begging the president to approve guns for them? But they will get guns for their talks where election comes. Let's listen to that.
All right, 0705 500949. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brothers. I'm Alaji Tunde Olaiwola.
Good morning.
On the issue of insecurity, there is no hope in fact, really, with the situation of things on crime, with the many weapons that are available, easily accessible to these bandits and criminals. You see, and apart from that, the federal government editorial office did make a audit of weapons of the FPF, the Nigeria Police Force, and they said about 100 and something thousand weapons cannot be accounted for. You see, most of these weapons will have gotten into wrong hands. Look at the issue of that of Osogbo, where traffic body stole the weapon of an inspector. So these are the problems. And there are some insiders who are selling arms to these criminals. So we need to tighten up security, ensuring that weapons are not easily available, accessible to these criminals.
All right,
that is the only way.
Thank you for calling. 0705 5009 0809 700949. Those are the numbers to call. You quickly want to react to the assertion from some of our listeners.
Yes. If you look at what the government is doing with the case of Nnamdi Kanu, I think it has to be properly handled. A situation where charges are amended on the eve of a retrial, not just a fresh trial, a retrial. It shows that we are going to delay for only God knows which means that it has to be like a back and forth situation. So we must be very careful the way we look at that. Then the proliferation of arms too, the government had to look into that. We have a lot of arms and even military uniform in the hands of unauthorized people, and they use that to torment people, members of the community, which is not good. So the federal government should try as much as possible to beef up security in areas. We don't want to conclude every time that the security situation has failed, because if the government fails to protect its people, which is the primary duty of any responsible government, it shows that such a government has no basis to be in power any longer.
All right, before we go, there's this headline I saw, ASU NMA not recognize the labor unions.
Yes, on the issue of labor union, I think the ASU majorly, because of their issue, it shows that most of the time they fight for what belongs to them in terms of entitlement, not even the betterment of education in the country. Then on the issue of NMA, there was a time in Lagos that Fashola had to refurbish some hospitals, and you hear doctors coming out and say, what is their business with that? What they are concerned about is their pay. So the labor relation in Nigeria should come together to fight for justice, to fight for betterment in the system, not just about pay, not just about salaries and allowances. I think if we come together like that, we should be able to move forward as a people, even have a good industrial relationship in the country.
Thank you, Senator Juma, for coming.
Thank you.
It's a wrap on the show. The program will be back tomorrow by 6:30 as a paper review. I am Olutayo Gwade. Have a great Tuesday. Bye for now.
And I'm Chike Ubogu. Good morning, dear listener.